What's up, YouTube? It's been a long day. Good day, but a long day. Started out, was tired, got up early. Like, early to me, because I work second shift, is like 9, 10 o'clock. It's 9:30 about, but I was whooped. I felt like crap. Throat was draining down and stuff because of this cold. Although I'm getting better, when I woke up this morning, I felt way worse. So, I almost didn't work on the car. But went, got ready for the day, went and got some food with the family. Spent a little time talking to my buddy on the phone. And then finally started getting to work. I'm glad I did now, because now the strut towers are complete. So let me show you guys how it looks. This is the driver's side. Bar's all welded in for frame rail. Now I still got to paint the bay and everything and shape some stuff up. All this material up in here I'm going to grind down, and I'm going to shape this area here, make it so it's not all jagged. I still got that to do. But as far as the strut tower boxes and the bar, that's all in. Threw some primer on it just so it doesn't get all rusty from the moisture, because it's actually, the car is wet. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just from moisture. So put a little light on this. There we go. So that's the passenger side. Now you can see there's like a dimple right there that my shadow is pointing to. Let's see if I can zoom in. So that dimple is a factory slot that's cut out. So I just welded it shut so it looks a little cleaner. I'm not gonna take the time to make it perfect. And it's not perfect. You can see where this one's welded still. But it's better than the rust that was there. So that's what I care about. Here's the inside. This is where I tie the bars in at, up front. A little ugly, especially in this area up here. This coating they got is like, I don't know if this is bed liner, but it like melts and turns into like rubber, and it is just horrible. Even when you grind this, I had some of this stuff ground pretty good, but it's just melting and just dripping right to where I'm welding. And the welder doesn't want to weld through that. Luckily, I was still able to get penetration through the other side, because I was just holding it and trying to make it, force it to weld, essentially. So it did penetrate through. It is just horrible looking. It looks like you took bubble gum and just plastered it in snot, and it's ugly. But it's strong. See if I can prop the phone up here. Make sure it's not wet. Oh. Plenty strong. Lift the whole car up off the jack stands. Gotta get a new headlight. I think carb cleaner ate this. When I was doing the carburetor, I think I got overspray on it. not realizing it and messed it all up. But anyway, back to the important thing, the towers. All in all, even though it's ugly on the inside, it doesn't look too bad. I'm content with it. It didn't turn out quite how I wanted it to turn out. But I mean, it's another Foxbody that's saved. So we got a long road ahead of us. Well, I have a long road ahead of me. Putting all of that garbage back together. I got to put the column back together, booster in, master cylinder on, and then I got to fix some brake lines and put new brake lines in it. Before I do all that, and the reason the K-member is not in it right now, is I'm going to power wash all this, get whatever flaky paint off of it, and I'm going to paint the engine bay. Now, it's probably not going to be a showpiece. I'm just going to do it GM satin black. I don't know why they call it GM satin black. I think they actually just changed the name to Hot Rod Black. But, so all this will just be satin black. And then I have caster camber plates. I'll show you guys those. Just got a set of eBay cheapy ones. That's what I use. You know, the green car has them. It's been plenty fast with them. It's done wheelies, all that good stuff. So I mean, I think they're under $40. I think I paid $31 or $32. The reason why that's a weird number is because I actually made offers on them and got them a little cheaper than the price that they wanted for them. Trying to take them out of the wrapper might be a little challenging, but see if I can. Bear with me. So the caster camber plates, I was gonna get black, but they're a little bit more money, and like $10. But these are the cheapest ones, red or orange. And as I was sitting there contemplating which ones I wanted that were cheap, because I want the cheapest of the cheap, I was like, well, red won't look bad with the blue or black or whatever color, so why not? We'll go red. So that's the one, and then the other one's in here. Strut spacers and sleeves. So they'll go on after the bay's all painted up and good to go. So all in all, it turned out pretty decent. That passenger side is a little different than the driver's side. When I folded the metal over, I accidentally welded just a smidge too far toward the front because it was just a straight piece of metal. And then I tacked it, and when I tacked it too far forward. I didn't realize it till after I was done welding and trimming the other side. Just a couple of the mistakes I made today on that, but it's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. So it's strong. I mean, I can lift the car up by the bar through the radiator support that's tied to the strut tower. That's a pretty decent amount of weight. Even though it's on jack stands leaned back, it's still, you know, pulling on that. If that was weak, that would fold. So now if it's in an accident, that's a different story. It's probably going to come apart or rip apart. That's just the nature of it. But these cars aren't really that great from the factory with that anyway. So it'll probably at least be stronger than what it was factory. But most likely it's safer. At least in my opinion it is. And that's what counts, that's what matters. So I feel good enough about it that I'll drive it around first, obviously, and make sure, but feel good enough that I'll put my family in the car and be able to cruise them around after the floors are fixed. So I'll be driving it before the floors are fixed. But that'll be a whole nother thing on here. And I'll record that as much as I can and show you guys what I'm doing, what I'm cutting, what I'm welding back in. So it's getting there though. Made progress, got that stuff done. The only thing I have to do is put the K-member in it. I think I gotta Dremel the K-member slightly because that one bolt hole in the front was off a little bit. Hopefully none of the metal moved when I was welding it. I had it pretty welded in there, pretty good before, so I don't think it would move too much. But it doesn't really take too much to throw something out of alignment, so we'll see when the K-member goes in how much I gotta either drill out or whatever the case may be. But for now, I'm gonna paint everything up, and after it's all painted, I'll put the K-member in it, and then I gotta take all the stuff off the parts car, which I told you guys in the last video, the brakes, the spindles, put all that stuff on here. Gotta figure out some struts, might steal them off the other car, pop those on it, with the coilovers, those caster camera plates I just showed you, and hopefully be rolling at least, and then just do the brake system, finish the pedals up, make a steering shaft, then it will be a complete roller. So I have a steering shaft pretty much made up. I got to get a knuckle for it, so I got to try to find that online and order just the little knuckle piece I need. And whatever brake lines I need, and then that'll pretty much get the car rolling, bleed the brakes all up, and then get this engine together, order the stuff I need for that, get it together, check clearancing, all the clearances that need to be checked on that, the push rod length, the piston and valve. I apologize guys, I'm tired. But and after all that's together, I gotta pull the trans out of the parts car, and then mate everything up, clean everything, mate it up, and then we can put it in, and hopefully get the car running. Gotta wire some stuff up, because there's gonna be some stuff different, distributor and everything. So I'll show you guys that again, because that's in another video I did on a different car about a year or two ago, I guess now. But I'll show you guys that on this car, and that's pretty much it that I can think of at the moment. So other than pulling the seat out and having that trimmed and all that. So there's a laundry list of crap that I have to do to this car still. But it's getting there. It looks way better than it did before with the Bluetooth strut towers that were in it, because it was bad. So now at least it has strut towers. We went from that for a strut tower to that. So that's a pretty big difference. Alright guys, here's your update. Here's your finished product. And that's pretty much it. Even all torn apart, she looked good. I think she knows. Having little talks with her. She knows I'm fixing her up. Good old girl. Alright guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, like and subscribe. And catch you guys on the next one. Get out there and work on your stuff. I had to force myself today, and I'm glad I did. Sometimes a finished product make you feel better. I'll see you.